Guys, this unit we will be discussing a little bit about these life-changing events. So the last part we have is the linking words. So today we're going to discuss a little bit about some linking words we can use when we want to tell a story, but we want to tell this story in order. So let's begin, guys. Here we have some phrases. I'm going to ask some of you to help me reading these phrases on this chart, this blue chart. And we're going to see when are we going to use them, okay? So can you help me reading the phrases in the blue chart, please, Katy Montaño? Help me reading these phrases.
To begin with, after that, at first, after a while, soon, then.
Exactly. Those are the phrases we're going to use to link some ideas of a story. So here we have to show, look at this, to show the order of the events we use. Which phrases do you think we're going to use at the beginning, at the first thing, when we want to say the first thing that happened in the story? Which phrases would you use?
To begin with at first.
Exactly. To begin with and at first, that could be the phrases we can use when we want to say something for the first time, right? When we want to start with something, we can say at the beginning. Sorry, so beginning, yes. I don't think that I can, or this phrase can fit over here. Let me try to make it fit. Yes. So the first one we can use is at the beginning, or we can also use at first, right? También podríamos decir at first. We have these two options. What about the next? When we want to tell everybody what happened next, which phrase would you use?
After that, after a while.
Okay, after that, after a while, what else?
Sería son y then.
Exactly. So these are going to be the phrases we can use after a while. Sorry, after a while. We can also use soon with double O. We can also use then. And we can use after that. Okay, let me see. After that. Even though these phrases are, we're going to use these phrases with the meaning of next, we're going to see that we cannot use them in every case. So they have a specific part where we are going to use them. And when we want to end with a story. We want to tell everybody the final action of the story, the result of the story. What phrase would you use?
In the end.
In the end. In the end would be the last phrase we use to complete a story. So what is the meaning of these phrases? Look at this. We have the first phrases that says at the beginning. ¿Sí? Tenemos la primera frase que dice al inicio, no al comienzo. Estamos comenzando con nuestra historia. Al inicio yo hacía esto o yo iba a tal lugar. ¿sí? Entonces, podemos empezar nuestra historia con al inicio, ¿sí? Or at first, ¿sí? O si decimos at first sería primero. Primero yo iba a la escuela o ¿sí? We're starting a story. Estamos empezando una historia. Cuando queremos continuar o darle secuencia, podríamos utilizar frases como after a while, después de un tiempo, significa, ¿no? Después de un tiempo yo ya sabía cómo coger el bus, por ejemplo. ¿Sí? After a while, I knew how to take the bus. Soon, de pronto, ¿sí? O muy pronto sería el soon. Pronto yo ya podía o ya sabía qué bus coger para ir a la universidad, ¿no? Soon I realized which bus I should take to go to university. Then, este then significa o tiene el significado de luego, ¿no? En este caso luego o entonces. And finally we have the phrase after that. Después de eso, eso significa que hay algún suceso, algún hecho que ocurrió antes, ¿no? Y luego decimos after that. Después de eso, after that, y hablamos de como una consecuencia, sería no algo que pasó después de cierta situación. After that. And finally, we have the word, the phrase in the end. Tenemos la frase al final, ¿no? In the end. Al final, yo ya era experto en viajar por la ciudad en bus, podría ser. Okay, in the end. So, here we have some phrases. I know that some of them are not completely clear, so maybe I will have to change them into the book so you can help me completing this. What are we going to do, guys? Using the phrases we have here, we're going to complete these phrases, this story. We're going to try to make a short story. Y vamos a tratar de completar esta historia corta con las frases que ustedes me acaban de ayudar a completar. So just let me share you from the book because it's going to be easier for you. Si les voy a compartir esta partecita de completar del libro para que se vea más grande y puedan ustedes leer conmigo. So, here we are. I'm going to make it a little bit centered so everybody can see and can help me with the exercise. So, what are we going to do? As I was telling you guys, with the phrases, you're going to help me completing this story. Here we have, the start of the story is this phrase. I stopped drinking coffee. Tenemos la primera frase, ¿no?, de esta historia. I stopped drinking coffee. Dejé de tomar café. Which phrase would you use in number 1? Please help me with that. Who hasn't talked yet? Daniel, help me with number 1.
Sería at first.
Okay, you can use that first. Very good. Or which other phrase could you use? ¿Qué otra frase podríamos ocupar?
At the beginning.
Exactly. At the beginning, yes. At the beginning or at first. Cualquiera de las dos iría muy bien. Very good. So, Adrian, can you help me with number 2? This is what happened next.
After that,
Okay, at first I got headaches and I really miss it. After that, nos dice, ¿era after that, Adrián?
mm, yes.
Okay, after that. I started drinking just 1 cup of coffee a day. Let's see number 3. What do you think, Nikki? How would it be? Which phrase would you use in number 3?
Then,
Okay. We're going to write it then. We're going to see if it fits when we go to the next sentence, ¿no? Vamos a ver si es la que nos calza luego con las otras oraciones. After that, I start drinking just 1 cup a day. Then the headaches stop. Okay. Number 4,
so,
soon. Do you think, ojo que soon es pronto, ¿no? Y aquí nos dice, this is what happened after a longer period of time. Después de un buen tiempo.
Then,
Okay, you say then.
after a while,
Okay, after a while fits better, right? After a while, después de un tiempo. Ojo que aquí nos da, entre paréntesis nos está dando las pistas, ¿no? Dice, this is what happened after a longer period of time. Después de un buen tiempo, ¿no? After a while, después de un tiempo, I started drinking green tea during the day. So, this is what happened next. Lo que pasó justo después. ¿Qué creen que será?
after 10,
After that could be, okay. What else? ¿Qué otra podría ser?
Then,
soon,
Soon. Soon is something that happens next. Mhm. Let me write it over here. It's the same as after that. Sí, este soon nos da como ese sentido de que es algo que pasó justo después, ¿no? Justo después. Soon, de pronto, de repente. Something that happens in a short time. So soon I forgot to make coffee in the morning one day. What happens when we want to end this story? Which phrase do you use when you want to complete or to finish the story?
in
in
the
the
end,
end,
In the
In
end,
the end.
exactly. In the end, that would be our last phrase of this story. In the end. So as you can see here, we have just 6 sentences. Sí, aquí tenemos 6 oraciones. Well, 7 sentences with the first one. We have 7 sentences and we have make a story, a short story with just 7 phrases. Con solo 7 oraciones hemos logrado hacer una historia, un párrafo. ¿Sí? What's the clue to make a good story? The clue is you to know the phrases you can use in order to link these sentences. ¿Sí? La clave o el secreto para hacer párrafos, para lograr hacer párrafos, si a ustedes se les hace difícil escribir, sería conocer estas palabras que nos permiten a nosotros unir esas oraciones y crear un párrafo ya estructurado. So, can you help me reading the story? Me van a ayudar a leer la historia, ¿sí? Ya completa para escuchar y ver cómo es el sentido, ¿no? De la historia, sin las partes que están en paréntesis. Without these parenthesis things, we're going to just read the story, the complete story, the full story. So, can you help me reading, please, the story, Edgar? Help me reading the whole story. I stopped drinking coffee.
Yes, teacher. I stopped drinking coffee. At first, I got had cheese and really made it. After that, I started drinking just on 1 cup a day. Then the head cheese stopped. After a while, I started drinking green tea during the diet. Soon, I forgot to make coffee in the morning on diet. In the end, I realized I didn't need coffee at all.
Exactly. Thank you. So here we have an example of a short story, guys. Pay attention to this because you're going to need it very quick. We are going to make just one more exercise, then we move to a short explanation of another topic, and then we're done with today's class, with your classwork, okay? So pay attention to the next activity, guys.
You have a wrong chain. I have you send not $5.
Exactly. Thank you. Help me reading number 5, Leandro.
I took the shirt back to the shop and changed it for another one.
Thank you. So, I missed number 4. Can you help me reading number 4, please, Alexander?
Number 4, I've changed my mind. I'm going to stay in tonight.
Thank you. Number 6, Jody, help me with number 6.
I always keep some change in the car to pay for parking.
Thank you. Lisette, help me with number 7.
We normally go shopping on Saturdays, but we're playing football for a change.
Thank you. And the last one we have here, please, Pame Utreras, help me with number 8.
Could you change my 24 to 10 notes, please?
Exactly. So I'm going to ask some of you for the meanings. Can you, Josue, tell me which phrase means get off a train, bus, or plane and get on a different one? ¿Qué frase de las que acabamos de leer significa bajarse de un tren, de un bus, de un avión y subirse a uno diferente?
One.
Okay, which sentence did you say? From 1 to 8.
One.
Number 1, I just want to change into something a bit more comfortable.
No, two.
Okay, number 2. I have a difficult journey, right? I have a difficult train journey to work. Tengo un viaje o un itinerario muy complicado para llegar al trabajo. I have to change twice to take the bus. Tengo que coger 2 buses, tengo que cambiarme 2 buses, ¿no? Tengo que cambiarme a 2 buses. So that would be the meaning of change. En este caso, esta palabrita change significa cambiar de medio de transporte, ¿no? Tal vez tomar 2 buses o bajarse de un bus y tomar un tren. A eso se refiere este change. Let's move to the next one. Help me please with number 2. In this case, return something and get a new one. Víctor, ¿qué frase tiene este significado? Of return something and get a new one. ¿Cuál de las frases tiene el significado de devolver algo y que le den algo nuevo a uno?
La mm, la 3, no.
5.
Okay. Yes, somebody else help you. Number 5 is the one who has that meaning, right? La número 5 sería la que tiene ese significado. La número 2 y vamos a la número 5. I took the shirt back to the shop and changed it for a new one or another one. Sí, llevé la camiseta negra a la tienda y la cambié por otra, ¿no? Se entiende que por otra nueva. Cuando hacemos un cambio, ¿sí? O devolvemos algo a la tienda, then we can use the word change. También tiene ese significado el change, ¿no? De llevar a una tienda y cambiar por algo nuevo. Let's move to the next one. We have put different clothes on. Which one is the one that fits? Which sentence? ¿Qué oración sería la correcta en este caso?
Number 1.
Okay, number 1. In this case, we have, I just want to change into something a little bit more comfortable, right? Yo solo quiero cambiarme o ponerme algo más cómodo. Ese sería el significado de change en este caso, ¿no? Cambiarse o ponerse ropa más cómoda. Let's see. Then we have, look at this. Exchange money for different notes or coins. Cuando ustedes van a la tienda y le dicen a la vecina, Bessie, ¿tendrá que me cambie un billete de 10 en 2 de 5?
Number 8.
Number 8. Okay, exactly. En este caso ya tenemos, ¿no? La número 8 es cambiar un billete, en este caso, por algo más pequeño, ¿no? O por monedas, a veces necesitamos sueltos. Okay, let's move to the next one. Make a different decision. When you are changing of decision, which one do you think is the right one?
4.
Okay, exactly. I changed my mind. We have the phrase change your mind or change my mind or change their mind. It's going to depend on the subject. But yes, number 4 would be the right one here. Cambiar de opinión, cambiar de idea significa change someone's mind. Sí, cambiar la idea que tiene alguien. So, let's continue with the word change as a noun. ¿Sí? Esta vez, esta palabrita change no funciona como la acción del verbo, sino más bien como un sustantivo. For example, we can use change when we want to experience a new situation, a new activity, a new experience. How would it be? ¿Qué frase es la que más se adapta a esta? Because you want a new experience.
7.
Okay, number 7, exactly. We have number 7 that says, we normally go shopping on Saturdays, but we're playing football for a change. Generalmente vamos de compras los sábados, pero vamos a jugar fútbol para cambiar, ¿no? Como dicen, para cambiar de aire, para hacer algo nuevo, algo diferente. What would be the meaning of coins? In which sentence do you think we have the meaning of coins? ¿En qué oración estaría el significado como de
6.
de monedas? Okay, I always keep some change in the car to pay for parking. Este coins, si ustedes lo traducen literalmente, va a tener el significado de monedas, ¿no? Pero en realidad a lo que se refiere es a los sueltos. Nosotros conocemos a las monedas pequeñas como los sueltos, ¿no? Algo que nos sirve para comprar algo rápido, los sueltos. So coins would be this meaning of change. See, I always keep some change. Siempre tengo sueltos o moneditas en el carro para pagar el parqueadero. That would be the meaning of that sentence. And the last one we have is number 3. Can you help me reading the meaning? ¿Me pueden ayudar leyendo el significado de la última? Help me reading the last meaning, please, Caro. Ayúdame leyendo el último significado.
The money shop assistant returns to you.
The money a shop assistant returns to you. Si es el dinero que nos devuelven cuando pagamos algo, en este caso el vuelto, ¿no? You're giving me the wrong change. Me está dando el vuelto equivocado, dice en la número 3. I gave you 10, not 5. Le di un billete de 10, no de 5. You're giving me the wrong change. Me está dando mal el vuelto, mal el cambio, ¿no? So this is the last word we have to learn, which is the word change. Sí, tenemos la última palabra importante de la unidad para aprender, que es esta palabra change. What are we going to do now, guys? We are starting with your classwork. Pay attention.